The man had only offered his seat to a stranger out of kindness, never expecting that simple gesture would end up saving his life. The moment he stood up, disaster struck. When he regained consciousness, the train car was a wreck. He had narrowly escaped death thanks to his selfless act. But the woman who had taken his seat wasn't so lucky. She had died on the spot. Staring at her surviving daughter, his heart was heavy with guilt and confusion, unsure how to face the reality before him. At the same time, Tony, a member of the Special Forces, received devastating news. His wife had died in a tragic accident. He rushed from his post to the hospital, where he gripped her cold hand tightly, filled with crushing remorse. If only he had been there. Maybe, just maybe, none of this would have happened. Just a day before, Tony had planned to spend Christmas with his wife and daughter, but duty called, and he had no choice but to cancel his leave. His daughter was deeply disappointed. To cheer her up, her mother decided to take her on a trip, boarding what would become a death-bound train. The daughter never imagined that her wish to go out would cost her mother's life. Otto, the man who had given up his seat, was also overwhelmed with guilt. He had survived by chance, but there was no joy in his heart. If not for his gesture, the woman might still be alive. At first, it all seemed like a terrible accident, until Otto saw the news reports and everything changed. He began to suspect it wasn't an accident at all, but a premeditated murder. Among the 11 people who died in the crash, 2 had been scheduled to testify the next day as key witnesses against a notorious crime boss. They never made it to court. Otto suddenly realized it was a hit planned by the mob to silence witnesses, because he clearly remembered that at the stop right before the train accident, a man whose behavior was odd had gotten off early and discarded his barely touched sandwich and drink. All the signs suggest he was the perpetrator behind this accidental incident.